Hi, my name is Charlo, and welcome to the SG Sports Talk channel. As the Golden State Warriors get the 103-90 win over the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the 2022 NBA Finals. Now, I would like to welcome Shriram Venugopal and Ben Cruz to the postgame show.
Thank you,
So,
guys.
How you guys doing tonight?
we're
Ben,
doing
would you
good.
like to share some thoughts about how your Celtics did tonight?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Shardal, for having me. It's been a very good run, very good ride. I'll talk more about it coming up. But first, I'd like to congratulate you both for your championship. It was very well deserved, uh, and I know it definitely stings for me per se. Um, it definitely sucks right now, but you guys won it, and the Splash Brothers win another title. Um, so, um, congratulations! I tip my cap to you all, and a very fun series, and can't wait for next year.
Shriram, you're on mute, by the way. Can you please unmute?
Yeah.
Shriram, so would you like to share some thoughts about the Warriors and how well they did tonight against the Celtics?
Yes. So, so I would say it's all thanks to Stephen Curry. Without him, this wouldn't have been achievable. So props to him. He was able to sweep the Boston Celtics. You know, and and he's been given MVP. So yeah, that's all I have to share.
Um, yeah, Stephen Curry was obviously incredible when Finals MVP. He's a Splash Brother for a reason. He is now has four finals, I believe. So he is one, if not one of the best shooters to ever do it. Um, the Celtics team is the real deal, and I'm not saying this just to say it, but I fucking love this team. The way that things happen to end it this way just sucks. But the ride was incredible. The way that this team faced adversity from the first half of the season, being the 11th seed, going to the first seed at one point in the second half. Everybody counted us out. From the highs of winning Game 7 against the Miami Heat to the lows of having a bank shot after blowing a 25-point lead to the Knicks in the first half of the season when everyone doubted us. From going to the takes of, oh, the Tatum and Brown can't play with each other on first take, and all the national media counting us out. From going to the playoffs and people saying, why is the Celtics getting a number 2 seed, to playing against Kevin Durant. Then decided to go and say, oh, not only are we going to win that series, but we ended up sweeping them. To go into the next series against Giannis, arguably the one of the, if not the best player in the league right now, and going to Game 7 and beating them in Boston. To then going to play against the Miami Heat, a team we got lost to 2 years ago, and winning in Game 7 in their building to go to the NBA Finals and play against, if not the best team that the NBA has faced, in the Golden State Warriors, to take them to 6 games and actually have us a chance to bring us banner 18. Well, not what could have been. Well, I'm proud of this group. I'm very proud of this group. And I think that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have a lot of my respect. And I think that this league is going to be put on notice. This team ain't going away. And I'm saying it I'm not saying it just to say it. We have a very good coach in Ime Udoka. We got a very good bench. Hopefully coming up, we get some players coming up this way. And Warrior faithful, I give you guys a lot of props. You guys are the champions for a reason. But
So
this
Ben,
Boston Celtics team, I'm proud of.
so what worked for the Celtics? What didn't work for the Celtics tonight?
Good question. So what did work was our start. We got up 12-2. Very fast start. That was something that we needed after the game 5 start. But the turnovers were key all series. We need to probably get this offseason somebody that can actually dribble. That would actually be nice because it takes a lot of Jaylen Brown and Tatum's situations at times where turnovers a series were huge. To have 20 plus turnovers, it was a key. Essentially, when the Celtics had 16 plus turnovers or more in almost every game of this finals, they lost. They had about 20 plus tonight. And to have turnovers, all those turnovers against a team like Golden State, your chances are pretty slim to none to winning this game. But the one thing I love about this team that the Celtics had, they were down 20-22. We could have just packed it in, said, see ya, get our doors blown off and say good night. But no, this team decided to keep on fighting and fighting and fighting. And yes, we may not have won. Yes, we might have not have forced the game 7 like I would have. But this is the motto of this group. It's to fight, fight, fight. And this is what Boston sports are about. And this is something that Boston will remember. I remember myself as a Patriots fan. We lost the Super Bowl a couple times. I remember I looked at that and said, we'll be back. We'll remember the going for sure. So
Hey, Shrim, you're muted, by the
oh,
way. Do you want to unmute?
I can
Just
hear you
press
now.
the So do you
So
want to share how resilient this Warriors team is and how much they've gone through thick and thin through the season to accomplish
yeah,
what they've done
well,
today?
I didn't pretty much watch all the games, but I did watch like 3, which is about half of the NBA Finals. In the first game, they lost 120 to 108. No, wait, 120, 108 to 120. It was the other way around. But in the third game, one where Charles and I watched at the Chase Center for through the watch party, we they lost. Well, I forgot the score, but we were many points behind. Then
It
in
was
this game, we sweep the Celtics by 13 points.
Shrim, I think it was 116 to 100.
Yeah, we were 16 points behind in the third game, weren't we?
Ben, would you like to share who are your top 10 Celtics of all time?
I would right now, but I'm just not in the best mood really to talk about it. I will kind of give you a quick glimpse and kind of give you my top 5 Celtics and maybe my top performance from the series. I can do that for sure. Obviously my top 5 is my guy Kevin Garnett, who I'm wearing right now. I love Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Bill Russell, obviously the top 5 Celtic. But this is obviously a series that will learn from Jason Tatum. I love Jason Tatum, but he is young and he is a superstar. But he did not show it at all in this finals. He was outplayed by Andrew Wiggins. And, nothing to take away from Andrew Wiggins. He's a very good player. But the fact that one of your top players got outplayed by a guy like him should say it all. It's just not good enough.
So what are your thoughts on Jason Tatum and how well you think he's improved this year on the Celtics?
I think he's improved a lot. I think he's definitely the fact that a lot of narratives of him and Jaylen Brown not making it to the finals kind of went out the window this year, especially going through a lot of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. And Now, next year's unfinished business. Next year is when we can get this, because there's not many chances that this happens, and this is why obviously it's frustrating the way that the season ended. But gotta move on and try to see if you can try next year.
So in this game, Ben, did you understand that this was a do or die game? It went down to either the Warriors winning the finals or the Celtics winning the finals, and it came down to the Warriors winning it 4-2 and 6.
Yeah, no. The Celtics obviously needed to win tonight to force Game 7, and that would have been back in San Francisco. But it just wasn't meant to be. It's really hard to put into words right now. This is obviously a very sucky feeling. It's almost 1 a.m. here in Connecticut, so it's
For me, I have a great connection to Boston as well, because I went and got a Paul Pierce jersey from the Celtics team store when we were down there visiting Boston. So that's kind of something special that touches me deep inside. That my mother got me a Celtics jersey when we were down there. So that was a very happy moment, because we were visiting, just sightseeing the area, just looking around the different spots in the area, and she got me a jersey from the store. So
that's great, man. I'm glad
yeah,
you're
that
here.
and I still have that jersey to this day. I still have it hanging in my room.
That's awesome, man. I'm very happy
And
to hear
it's
about that.
and it's the same kind of jersey that you're the Kevin Garnett jersey you're wearing. I got the same
Sure.
Paul Pierce jersey, but it's not Garnett. It's Paul Pierce, but it's still the same style jersey that you're wearing.
Nice. Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's never gonna forget me, because I love Boston. I love the city. There's so much history in that city. It's a wonderful city with Faneuil Hall, and the Continental Congress took place over there.
hmm
Um, the Declaration, Benjamin Franklin signed the Declaration of Independence over there. So wonderful
It's
city.
one of it's my top 2 city outside of New York City. I mean, I essentially live between the 2 best cities. I would have to say maybe outside of Chicago. I've never obviously explored a lot of the West Coast, and that's my hope to kind of visit more of the West Coast. So obviously I can't say a lot over there, but I'm pretty blessed, and I got to go to see the Celtics this year at TD Garden, and kind of go to one of the games where it was early March and the turnaround started to kind of click. And this is a very passionate fan base. That's something I love about myself being a Boston sports fan, is we feel like we're part of family, and we go through the thick and thin, we go through the bad, and we're obviously now at the hurtful time. So this obviously we're got to move on to next year. I'm already ready for next year. I'm already ready to kind of see how this team will fight back and see what they can do.
Shriram, do you want to take yourself off mute?
Yeah.
So do you plan to go to any more Warriors games this season? You went to the one at the watch party at Chase Center, then you came to my house and watched game 1. Do you plan that this team will do better next season?
Even better. They'll sweep up even more harder teams than the Celtics.
And how do you think they will accomplish that next season?
See, whatever mistake you make, right, in life, you learn from it and you become better. Then you get more and more ready. So this is not just a victory. This is also an accomplishment.
And which new players would you like us to get on the Warriors next year? Any new players that you would like us to sign next year?
Well, I'm not so sure about that. This is my first time watching the Warriors.
Ben, are there any other Boston Celtics players that you would like to sign on the team for the team next year?
I mean, we'll see. I think we want to try to keep a lot of our guys back. I think this is obviously it's a very young group that has faced a lot of the challenges and adversity. I think maybe some guys off the bench, maybe some more shooting, maybe a guy to back up Rob Williams, who, by the way, battled it out essentially all playoffs. The guy was an absolute monster. Can't ask more about him. And you know, this is obviously I would love to get Bradley Beal, but I think that's a long shot. You know, maybe a third scorer. You know, would be great, but I think we kind of keep the same group and try to roll it out.
So what are your thoughts with Marcus Smart, and how well do you think he's improved this year?
Marcus, obviously, Marcus is the heart and soul. Um, he gets a lot of criticism for a lot of his game. A lot of people complain he flops. A lot of people say he takes a lot of weak shots. A lot of people but Marcus is one of those bulldogs, and he is like a glue guy. But Lee lose a lot of games in this playoffs leading up to the finals without the presence of Marcus Smart. The way he can kind of control defensively, which is his best suit, the way that he can go grab the ball. Yes, he almost lost his game 7 against Miami with some really bad decision making. But outside of that, love Marcus. I think he's a
So
very consistent player. And I think the improvements he's made, I think, have been pretty good. One defensive player of the year. So,
what are your thoughts on head coach Ime Udoka, and how many more years do you think he's going to stay as the head coach of the Boston Celtics?
he's staying for the long haul. He is. The one thing about this guy, people wanted him fired the first half of the season. And this is his first year under the team. The fact that people giving all this criticism for fire this Ime guy and whatnot, I'm like, think about it. Take a chill pill. This is his first year under a very tough system. And he brought this team not only to the playoffs, coming back from an 11 seed, coming from the playoffs to the finals. I think that says it all. His first year. I think he was fantastic. But I do think that he has a lot of room.
Shrem, would you like to unmute? So what are your thoughts on Steve Kerr, and what do you think he's done for the Warriors?
Well, Steve Kerr, I have to say, coached his team really well. You know, because now the Warriors are the holders of the 7th NBA title. That's what they call it. So you know, we have to say congratulations to the Warriors because they've swept out a lot of teams this year. Several of them.
I think Steve Kerr is an amazing head coach on the Warriors because he played 5 years where it was as a player, 4 years as a coach. So he's had nine total years for Steve Kerr.
I'd like to thank you all for having me. And it's been a great show. And I don't know if you guys have any other leftover thoughts, but I think we definitely could leave it off on pretty good terms, to say the least.
Sure. So what are your final thoughts to end the show?
So the final thoughts, you know, I'm gonna say to Ben and the Boston Celtics, great game. You know, you guys did your best, but that's all that mattered. We don't really expect all of us to win all the time. We expect losses too, because that's how we bring ourselves back up as newly learned people, so we win the next time.
Ben, what are your final
Appreciate
thoughts
it.
to end the show?
I'd like to thank you all for having me. And congratulations once again. I'm very appreciative of this team, Celtics team, but I'm also a little jealous of the way the Warriors have been for so long. Yes, the Celtics might have a ton of championships, but it's been in the past now, and we're ready for another one soon. Obviously, it's not this year. It stains that it couldn't be. But this is obviously was a very fantastic season by both teams, and I am very grateful to be a Celtics fan. And I do give you guys a lot of respect and enjoy this. I know the feeling on the other end. It's obviously it feels like you're on top of the world, but then obviously everything next year, everybody start as the great Tom Brady says, my guy who's won a ton of them. It starts at square one, and everybody wants to knock right down onto the champion. So enjoy this, my guy. Great series. Thanks for having me. We'll see if we'll talk soon.
It's really great that I had both of you hop on. You're welcome anytime on my show. Anytime you're not doing anything, you're always welcome because I mostly do one stream a day. So if you're always welcome, then don't hesitate to come on because I try and get as many guests on my show as possible.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night.
So just don't I mean if you're not doing anything, I don't mind to have you back another day to come back on another stream.
Sure. I would love to. Feel free to let me know. Great meeting you all. And obviously had a ton of fun.
It's great that I get to know a fellow Celtics fan, and I know that us might have we might disagree at one times when I said that bold take when I said that we'll sweep your Celtics, but I'm happy that we've got over that and we've become friends now. So it's great that I have a fellow Celtics fan now who's we're slowly going to become very very best friends slowly.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, man, it's all love. Obviously disagreements happen. It's all love at the end. I know that we'll be definitely seeing eye to eye for sure.
But I respect your team, and your team fought really hard this year. It wasn't easy to play you guys, but all you care is that your team really fought. They have lots of grit, determination. All the players did really well. Jason Tatum did very well. Jaylen Brown did very well. So that's all you need to care about. That you in the finals you can only have one winner and one loser, and you don't win all the time, but I'm happy that your team really did really well, and give kudos to Ime Udoka for doing a fantastic job as head coach of the Celtics.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, congratulations to you guys. You guys are the blueprint really for the NBA. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, love watching them play. It sucks it has to be against my team, but I can't wait for next year, and can't wait to see what happens.
So we got you this year, but I don't have any problem if you come back and get us next year. If we play you again in the finals next year, because we got you this year. So you got to return. You got to come back. It has to be fair and square, right? We won this time. Now you got to win next time, right? Got to be fair and square.
We'll see. We'll obviously have to figure out how our season goes next year.
That's how we are. We gotta be 1-1, right? We gotta be equal, right? Even Stevens, right? You always got to be equal, right? If you win once, the other team, you got to come back and get us next time.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
All right. Thank you guys.
See you later, Ben. It was really nice having you on. I hope you have a great night. See you later.
You too. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Good night, man.
It was great having you on. I'm really excited that you got to meet Ben Cruz first time. How excited was it to meet him for the first time?
No, it was pretty exciting.
Somebody new you've never met, right?
Yeah.
But he knew that you're a big Warriors fan, right?
Oh yeah.
But we'll definitely do this next time. We'll definitely try and do another post-game show next time, maybe next season for another Warriors game. Bye, Shriram. Have a good night.
You too.
See ya.